Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss letter writing. We will be discussing the types of letters, the rules of letter writing, and also a few examples of letters. Now, what is a letter? A letter is a written communication. It is also an exchange of written or printed messages. Types of letters. We have the informal letters and the formal letters. Rules for writing a letter. First of all, the sender's address must be written on the left-hand side. The date, salutation, and subscription must be aligned to the left. The date must not be written in numbers only. For example, the date given, the first date that is mentioned over there is actually not the correct format for the date. So we need to follow the second one, which has the TH and the October is written in full. So that is the correct way to write the date. Make sure that the TH is on the line. Write in 3 paragraphs only. Now, the types of letters. We have the informal letters. Now, what is an informal letter? It is a personal or friendly letter. It can be written to parents, relatives, or friends. We write an informal letter to a person with whom we have a non-professional relationship. Rules of an informal letter. Firstly, only the sender's address is written in an informal letter. In the salutation, we use the word dear. So you could write dear mother or father or dear uncle or aunt. If you write to a friend, mention the name of your friend. For example, dear Shan. No mom or dad should be used. Remember, it is only you're supposed to write dear mother or dear father. So no abbreviations to be used, like we use etc. or e.g. They are going to be avoided. No slang words, no colloquial words are to be used. Then mention at least 5 points in the informal letter, since the content carries 2.5 marks. The subscription must have your with a capital Y. For example, your loving sister or your loving brother. So the Y has to be capital. Write only your first name in an informal letter. So no surname will be written in an informal letter. Now this is a sample of an informal letter. You could pause my video and look at it carefully. So here we have the sender's address, we have the date, then the salutation where the name of the friend is mentioned, and the subscription. And it's going to be written in 3 paragraphs like I told you. Now the formal letter. A formal letter is an official letter. It is written for purely official reasons. It is written to either request or complain about a particular issue. It is normally addressed to the principal, editor, police commissioner, municipal commissioner, medical superintendent, or a government official. Now the rules of a format of a formal letter. In this letter, the sender's address is also written after the receiver's address. The receiver or the recipient's address must be accurate, followed by the correct PIN code. Salutation must have sir or madam. Dear is certainly not required anymore. So you could just write sir or madam and put a comma after that. Mention at least 4 points in the formal letter since the content carries 2 marks. Reason, effect, and solution. Remember, you have to mention all these 3 things very, very clearly in the body of your letter. The rules of a formal letter. We will continue with the rest of them. The 5th rule is the content of the letter must be age appropriate. For example, please refrain from using another identity or pretend you're older than you really are. Please do not do that. Since you're a student, you must mention the fact that you are a student. You could not portray yourself to be a manager working in a company or a doctor working in a hospital. That is something totally not correct, nor will it be accepted. In fact, you will be heavily penalized if you do something like that. The subscription must have yours with a capital Y. No apostrophe is used in yours. Please remember this because many children make this. It's a very common mistake. We are not going to put an apostrophe after yours. Then yours faithfully is used for all formal letters except the letter addressed to an editor, where we use yours truly. Write only your full name, that is, your name followed by your surname. Now this is again a format of a formal letter. This particular letter is addressed to the municipal commissioner. As you can see, we have the sender's address, the date, and then we have the receiver's address. Please make sure that the lines are left appropriately, just like I have shown you over here. There have to be lines. One line has to be left just before the date and just after the date, as you can see over here. And then after you finish writing the receiver's address, again you leave a line and then you go on to writing sir, that is your salutation with a comma. Then you write 3 paragraphs and then you will again leave a line and write yours faithfully with a comma. Then your full name will come in a formal letter. Now this is a letter to the editor. It's going to be very similar to the previous one as far as the alignment of the address and everything is concerned, except that the address will be of the editor now. Here again we begin with sir, and the way to begin the letter to an editor is preferably the way I have shown you in this particular letter. Now this letter was about potholes on a road which was affected due to the rains. Therefore, I've given the reason first, which is the potholes. Then I've stated the effect or the impact of the potholes on the roads and how it has caused inconvenience to the people. So I've given 3 points over there. One is traffic congestion, difficulty in the movement, and serious accidents which have resulted due to the potholes. And I've also offered a solution, which is immediate repairing and regular maintenance. So this is what you're supposed to be following. Please make sure that you write the reason, the effect, and the solution in your formal letter. And then you would end the letter with yours truly because it's the letter written to the editor, followed by your full name. Now this is the allotment of marks. We have 2.5 marks For the format in an informal letter, the content will be 2.5 marks and the expression will be 5 marks. The formal letter for the format we have 3 marks, content is 2 marks and the expression is 5 marks. Now this is a worksheet. You can pause the video and it's a formal letter, of course, which you have to do in your fair exercise books. You would like to represent your school at a national science competition organized in New Delhi. Write a letter to the principal of your school telling him about your strengths and describing the innovative model you have prepared for it that could help you clinch the first position. Now this is the formal letter which has to be done in your fair exercise books. Also giving you an exercise on prepositions wherein I have written 15 sentences. These must be done in your rough exercise books at the moment. We will discuss the solutions in the interactive class, and then later on we will let you know whether this has to be done in fair or not. So please complete your work and we will meet for the interactive class. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and stay safe. Goodbye, children.